Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
Premium account on Twitter is required to create a live broadcast from Kaden. Please upgrade to premium.
We're reading. I'm sorry. Sorry for the interruption, but
All
they
right.
shouldn't put things on your live like that.
Used to not be like that. I don't know
Y'all
why
can't
that's
see it.
changed. I don't know why all that's changed. Well, we are New Year's Eve.
That means that it is December the 31st here in Alabama, anyway,
Last day
at 4 o'clock.
of 2024.
I didn't even have to look at the date.
I saw Michael Key said he posted today that
He's catching a nap so he can stay out all night.
if you see him or if he's up, how did it go? If he's up at midnight to watch the ball drop, that means he had to get up to pee.
I'm with you, Michael. Unless he catches a nap.
Oh me.
I'm telling you. There's nothing at this point in my life that can make me be able. I say that a cup of coffee would probably do it.
A cup of coffee?
Cup of coffee this late in the day would probably allow me to stay up till midnight, but there's not anything voluntarily that I would stay up till midnight for. If it's an emergency and
oh goodness,
somebody was in the hospital or something, yeah, but not for
I couldn't stay up either.
Not for voluntary reasons. And I honestly don't think Mary Carl's could. She asked me one day, how did her friends stay up
late and sleep late in the morning?
2 o'clock in the morning and then sleep till lunch the next day.
Yeah.
I said, Mary Carl, I used to do it.
Me too.
All summer long, as long as my
too.
parents would allow it. I stayed awake and I slept half the day. My daddy would come home at lunch and get all over me because I would still be asleep and tell me to get vertical. And she has never in her life slept past, I'm going to say 9 o'clock.
She don't sleep late.
She's never slept past 9 o'clock.
She don't sleep late.
I mean, she's been sick before and, dozed,
That's
but
right.
she still gets up in the morning. It's not like me at all. And you never slept late that we were dating.
No, I really don't sleep late. I'm sure when I was 13, 14, somewhere in there, I would. But for the most part, I don't sleep late either.
Well, Jason, I'm talking 17, 18. If I didn't have to go to work, I was sleeping late. I mean, the whole time we've been together, you got up. I don't care how late you stayed up the night before. You still got up.
I saw where Chestnut Hill said the boys said they're going to stay up and watch it.
I'd tell them to stay up because mom and daddy's got to go to bed. Tell me about it in the morning.
Oh, me. Oh, so, I don't even, who even does the ball drop now? It used to be Dick Clark. He did it, and he was like the all-time.
The last that I knew, it was, what's his name?
I don't even know who does it now.
No, what's his name? Oh, Jason.
Not Dick Clark.
No.
That's who I remember. I mean,
who does it?
Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest. I was trying to think of his name, and all I could think of was Pretty Boy because that's what he looks like to me. He's just a pretty boy. And y'all wouldn't have known who Pretty Boy was, but Ryan Seacrest. Pretty Boy.
They need to get Ryan the Roaster to do it.
They need to. Call him Pretty Boy, too.
That's who they need to get. You want a pretty boy to do it. They need to get Ryan the Roaster.
They need to get Ryan the Roaster to do it.
That's right. They need to. And then Michael Key could be his co-host.
Yep. With Ryan and Mike.
Ryan and Mike. And Michael can wear his
coffee sack.
Yeah.
I hear that there's potentially going to be some bad weather for the ball drop in New York tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes. I haven't seen an update today, but that was yesterday. So, they are always anticipating a big crowd.
Oh, God, that would be a nightmare trying to. I'm talking about for the city, let alone the people. I can't imagine the city, how they handle all that.
Well, they were talking about, there was a recent terrorist event that happened in Germany, and they were bringing in extra security in light of what had happened for the ball drop.
Yep.
But that's something I couldn't handle either, folks.
Me either. I couldn't.
I could look out. I could peek out a hotel window or something like that and see it,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't be in the midst of all that crowd.
No, me either.
Couldn't do it.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I could years ago, but can't go backwards. Can't go backwards. The wind is whipping.
We are having 30 to 35 mile an hour gust, and I had to look. It's somewhere 10 to 20 miles an hour constant.
And it was supposed to happen at 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, because you told me, it's like, it says at 9 o'clock we're supposed to have wind, and it wasn't a breeze blowing.
No, because when
that wasn't 9 o'clock though. It was about 8:30.
Well, it's still at 9 o'clock. It wasn't any wind.
But I don't know what time it hit, but it came.
It was my friend Catherine over at G&G. She came and picked some collards or turnips.
Collards
for New Year's dinner tomorrow. They supposedly bring good luck, bring money.
Black eyed peas.
Money is the
greens is the money.
Greens the money. So
she didn't pick all of them, did she?
I kept telling her to pick more because the only ones that are going to be picked are the ones we're going to eat.
Right.
And she will utilize the leftovers by freeze drying them. She left us plenty too many.
I was just kidding.
I know.
She
kept being concerned though that she was cutting too many.
Oh no.
There she is. My point was it was windy then.
Oh, it was.
It was windy then.
It was pretty bad. Talking about Ryan the roaster, so he wanted me to mention this today.
Okay.
He said he's getting down to the nitty-gritty on the Christmas coffee.
Okay. And
so what he wants to know for the Christmas coffee fans out there, that he does he need to do another small batch, because we won't bring this back until Christmas of 2025. So does he need to make a little small batch for the Christmas coffee fans to kind of get them a little bit over? Yep, to hold them over. So if that's the case, either send Ryan an email. You can find his email address, his coffee email address on our website. You go to contact us, and you can contact Ryan there, or either send us an email. Let us know, because he wanted me to mention that to y'all.
I see yes.
I see a yes right there too. So that was he said for me to be sure to mention that, because it was about gone what he had made up. He would make up some more if people wanted it.
He wants people to be happy.
He does. He is the man.
Because what usually happens is we will say last call on something, and we usually say it on a live because it's easier that way than adding it to a video. And we'll have somebody reach out to us and say, could I get one more bag of that? Or can I get a Christmas shirt, even though it's over?
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I told him I would definitely mention that to you guys.
And you are.
And I did. And so he was talking about Catherine. Made me think about my buddy Tony.
Who is, well, Catherine's the better half.
I hope Tony ain't watching.
He ain't watching. She is, but he ain't.
She told me today that all he watches is Coghill Farm. He cuts it on and sits in the recliner and lets it go.
Well, then Tony's the better half. Anyway, what about Tony?
So Tony has had me a surprise for a good little minute, and I just hadn't had time to go over there and hang out with him and get it. And so I had some time here recently, and so we went over there. And most of y'all know Tony had me a cast iron Dutch oven, and I have starting to. I tell you, cast iron, if you don't know, is a little intimidating. It just is, because
to cook on it,
not to cook on it, but cleaning it and seasoning it and hoping you're doing it right. But the main thing is, and I love old stuff, and I could see myself, and I already done got bit by the bug. But
he ain't lying either, because
I got something in the oven now.
My little convection oven, which is perfect for seasoning pans because it's so small
and it's fast.
And it's fast, and you know it's heating up.
Yeah, it heats up so fast.
Has been running nonstop since we left Tony's house.
It has. We already had some pieces, and they were almost all of it was your grandmother's stuff, and so I have stripped several pieces down and have reseasoned them and doing something today. I got a little skillet that I'm doing today, but Tony had me something, and Tony made me feel better because you go to a flea market or whatever, and you see a piece and they want $25 or $50, and I have no clue what I'm looking at. But he gave me a good bit of advice, and Tony is one of those cast iron collectors that I think that I'll probably be, and that is Tony doesn't go after these $300, $400 pieces of cast iron unless he gets lucky, unless he just stumbles upon it, He looks for, $20, $10, that kind of stuff. And so he gave me a good bit of advice. So I'm gonna add some cast iron stuff to the video.
Show the pot.
But Tony gave me a pot, and here it is right here. Y'all look at this.
That is a beautiful.
Isn't it?
Come on over in front of your face so they can see the whole thing. They thought it was a half a pot. It's the whole pot, folks. Yep. With right a lid.
He did.
With a lid and a handle, and it is beautiful, and it will
beautiful.
Be cooked in.
Right there. Not only did he give me this is what he had been wanting to give me to get my collection started.
Let me just before you go any further. Okay. You can show what I wasn't wanting.
The calendars will be out in the 1st of January. That's what I'm going to ask.
So, y'all remember, I think I told y'all that I found that piece at the flea market. And I sent Tony a text and I asked him how much it was worth.
Yeah.
And he told me, and he wanted me to flip it over and see what was on the back. And so I took a picture of the back. Why can't I ever do that? In the back, he wanted to know if it said cornbread skillet, and it did, cornbread skillet. So he told me to don't pay more than $20 for it. And so they wanted $30. I didn't buy it.
Yep.
Because that isn't really what I wanted. I told him, I said, this that isn't really what I want, because this is really what I want, the cast iron muffin tin. So this, when I saw it, I just was thinking it would take the place of it.
This is what Tony gifted me as well. Now, this one I got to redo, but that's okay. And this one is a large one, but it's actually older than the one that you were looking at.
And he told me that day, he said, I have one, I'll give you. And I said, no, sir, you will not. And he said, yes, I will. I didn't pay very much for it, and I would like to give it to you. And then I thought, if you're going to gift me everything I ask you, I will not have the heart to ask you about anything else, because I'm wanting to.
Yeah.
I don't want to take his stuff.
And we're both that way, but he insisted that we take it, and I tried to pay him for it, and he wouldn't take my money. So
here it is in all of its beauty.
Here it is. And then we had a lovely lady named Miss Victoria, who found a cast iron muffin pan and said that she paid $10 for it and has had it for a good little minute and has never used it, and that she don't see herself using it, and that it's just not going to do any good just sitting in her cabinet, and she wanted to gift it to us. And so she sent it out, and we're supposed to get it on Friday.
I got lots of emails from people telling me that Amazon had the cast iron muffin tin.
Yep.
But I want the old thing. That sounds spoiled. I don't want to sound spoiled at all, but I wanted an old cast iron muffin
tin. We like the older stuff.
I didn't want a remake.
Right.
Sometimes remake things are good, but I wanted something old. And I just want to say thank you so much to Victoria. Of course, when I get it, I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to.
As soon as we get it, I'm going to clean it and season it.
I'm going to cook in it.
I see some people. If the cast iron is seasoned properly, then it becomes nonstick. So
Catherine told me I have cooked cornbread in mine forever.
this is for cornbread. Somebody wanted to know this. This is what cornbread. As a matter of fact, the one you showed. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the one you showed said cornbread. Now Tony showed me this one. This one, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it says CB on
Yeah,
it.
he asked me if it said CB. I said no, it says cornbread. Said,
CB
okay, anything.
stood for cornbread,
Yeah.
but this was in the 60s and 70s, I believe, is what he told me.
And what's mine later?
Yours is going to be later. Yep.
So that one's older.
Now, what did I use to strip it down? I'm using vinegar right now, vinegar and elbow grease. But the professionals do two things. The professionals do a electrolysis tank, which I'm going to do. It's extremely easy to do, and a lye bath. I'm staying away from lye. I almost lost my eye because of lye.
He's not lying either, because lye is a no-no with Jason.
I'm
and lye.
staying away from lye. So right now, I'm just using vinegar, and I'm just using steel wool, and I'm cleaning them the best I can, and then I'm reseasoning them. Yeah, that's the way I'm doing it.
So the cast iron pans that I have only ever cooked cornbread in. I might have cooked a blackberry cobbler or two in mine, but that's the extent of it. Catherine, on the other hand, cooks everything in hers. If she doesn't cook in the cast iron, she cooks in stainless steel, because we all have been told that Teflon can kill birds because their respiratory systems are fragile. And if you can cook in a Teflon pan in the room with the bird, you may find a dead bird. And if you haven't, then it's doing damage and you just might not know it yet.
Yep.
So if it does that to birds, what's it doing to us? So she quit using Teflon coated pans and told me that she scrambles eggs in her cast iron. And I said, just about every morning I frown when I cook eggs, because I use a stainless steel skillet. I don't use any kind of non-stick. Of course, I butter it up and put some, non-stick stuff in it, but I just despise cleaning the pan, and I found this scraper that makes it easier to clean it.
Yeah.
But still. And she said, She said, you get a good coating on a cast iron pan, all you got to do is wipe it out. Just wipe it out.
If it's seasoned correctly, you just wipe it out. Now, somebody asked, what do I season mine with? Now, listen, I'm a rookie. I am a rookie, and I'm just reading, going what Tony tells me. I've been reading a lot of stuff. I follow a guy called Cast Iron Chris, and there's a million videos. I'm seasoning with avocado oil because it has a high smoke point. Tony seasons with vegetable oil. Our grandmother seasoned with Crisco. Tony had some solid beeswax that somebody gifted him, a viewer, because they season theirs with beeswax. So there's a lot of things you can season it with, but the main thing is that it needs to be able to handle a high temperature. Now, Cast Iron Chris has his own seasoning that he uses, but high smoke point is what you want to look for. You wouldn't want to use, like, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that has a low smoke point. I think
extra virgin olive oil.
You definitely wouldn't want to use it. You would smoke up, and it probably smell real bad. So
our windows have been open for a couple of days, because obviously, no matter what kind of oil you use, you're going to get a little smoke out of it if it goes for a long period of time, which it has. There's so many myths that I have recently learned about cast iron that I never knew before.
Yeah, you better be careful, though. You better be careful.
Some of them will fire y'all up, and you might even quit following us. So
be careful.
I don't know if I should even say this.
Grapeseed is a high smoke point. Bacon grease is another one people use. Tony also uses beef tallow, and Scott Peacock, my buddy Chef Scott Peacock, uses lard.
It's all different, and it's just like go cleaning, just like what I'm fixing to say.
I've already seen 10,000 people already say it.
Some people say do not use soap on your cast iron. Some people say that it does not matter. But we are not going to tell you what we do, because we don't want to make anybody mad.
Well, we don't make anybody mad, but you always do what's always best for you. Now, Cast Iron Chris, who is the expert he claims that soap doesn't bother it, but just it is what it is.
Yeah. So, yeah. But Jason purchased me something, and I told y'all about it. It was called chainmail.
Oh yeah.
And he saw Meredith Bernard. Is it this farmer's wife or that farmer's wife? A farmer's wife. Farmer's wife, Meredith Bernard.
Meredith.
She uses the chainmail on her cast iron, so he bought me that. It's been a couple of years ago. I must tell y'all, when I get a little bit of, I almost said it because it's the way Piper says it and it's funny, but when I get a little bit of stuff in my pan, I use the chainmail and it comes right out.
Yeah, the chainmail is pretty cool.
It is. It's just,
and it's the from what I read about the chainmail is that the holes are so close together that it doesn't scratch the pan. That makes sense.
So if you don't know what that is, it's sold just about anywhere. You can just Google chainmail for cast iron, or don't know of another way to put it. Chainmail.
That's what they call it, chainmail. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's actually chainmail. Yep. I see a lot of people say that you can use your grill to season. Yeah, you can. I even thought about that too. But so far, I mean, we can smell a little bit of smoke.
It's not bad.
But the avocado oil really doesn't produce a ton of smoke. So
that's right.
It's been really good. It's been really, really, really good.
Yeah, the temperature's been nice anyway, so we've had the windows cracked, and
it's been beautiful. It's been in the lower 70s here.
And that's just beeping us up for what's coming.
It's crazy, y'all. Lower 70s. And I want to say Miss Crystal's right. You know, the older cast iron's better than the newer cast iron.
And that's why I said I'm not looking for the
It's just
remake.
made better. It's just made better. I mean, now they add a lot more stuff to it. They call it cast iron, but it may have, you know, some other stuff mixed in there.
Yeah, because I was just informed of a company. I'm not saying who it is, but their cast iron was tested and it was found to have lead and arsenic in it.
Yep.
So you want to make sure that you get a good brand.
Good brand, made in USA.
Yeah, that's been, of course, tested.
Yep. But yeah, it's been in the 70s here. But y'all, we got not one, and this is going to be across the whole country, I believe, but not one, not two, but 3 huge cold fronts coming in. And the first one's going to be cold. The second one's going to be like, oh my gracious, we possibly may have an ice storm or snow. But the third one is going to be colder than those 2.
Jason told me about the cold that was coming. And he said, do you think we need to get some more straw? And I kind of giggled and I said, we got 3 bales and there's straw in all the stalls. And I was going to the feed store, and guess what I did?
You bought
I bought 4 more bales of straw because I want to be ready. I don't want to be, you know, saying, oh, I wish I had put that straw out after something tells me I should have done otherwise. I want to be prepared. So you don't want to use hay in what we've been taught is that hay does not hold heat like straw does if you have access to straw.
Right.
Well, in our old area where we used to live,
we couldn't get straw.
We couldn't get straw, so we had to use hay because we felt like that was
hay or shavings.
But you know what I found with hay is when we used it at the old farm, like if it did snow or whatever, it'd sit on the top of it. Where if it was straw, it was like it would disappear. I'm sure if you got enough of it, it's going to sit no matter what.
That's true. Yeah.
Straw is best if you can get it.
If you can get straw, it's best. It's a lot less dusty. It don't absorb water as near as bad as hay does. So you don't have to worry about it molding on you. So for bedding, straw is usually best if you can get it. Some places we couldn't get it at other place. Here we got access to it. So
we got access to it, and it will be gone by the first mention of SNOW.
Yeah.
The milk will be gone.
It'll all be gone.
The straw will be gone. The bread will be gone. Everything will be gone.
Oh,
at the mention of SNOW.
Our weathermen here have been trying to tap the brakes because any mention of snow around here, and people just get they either one or the other, they either panic or they get so excited.
Well,
One of the two.
I'm gonna tell you this: if they mention ICE,
Yeah.
then the toilet paper's gonna be gone. 'Cause
No
that's
toilet
gonna
paper's gone too
send
here.
them over the limit.
Yeah, one of the
is
two.
The ice is gonna.
Yep.
It's gonna make all the orange juice disappear and
Yep.
everything.
So the forecast is already way. We're talking January 9th and 10th. And that's why they're trying to tap the brakes. The weathermen here have been steadily trying to tap the brakes. The cold's coming. It's gonna be cold. But it's not
I'm kind of getting worried though because James Spann, who is usually
he's been
reluctant,
tapping the brakes.
Jacqueline sent me something a little today
I looked at him today too.
on Facebook, and it said you need to prepare.
Yeah, but he's still not saying it's 100% snow and ice.
Oh
yet.
no!
But the
they
cold
don't
weather's coming.
Yes,
no doubt the cold weather's coming.
Right.
They're just tapping the brakes on the snow and
Oh,
ice
for
right
sure,
now.
for sure. They don't even know that till it hits, really.
Especially for us.
They don't know it till it comes down.
Especially for us.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I just of course, you always wish for snow.
We have to break out that
I
sled
know
that your mama
right where it is.
that your mama
And
bought me a
listen,
car about 5 years ago.
Listen, y'all.
We had no snow. When was the last time it snowed?
We were at the old farm.
Now we had a couple years ago. We've been here 3 years and we ain't had any snow. But several years ago we had back to back, which is
unheard of in Alabama.
So rare for us.
In central Alabama.
Yeah.
So we were in our hometown of Clanton, where Rustic Relics is located.
Yes.
It's a little antique shop, and it's so organized and so clean and so neat.
Oh, it is. It's
and
awesome.
When I go somewhere else, it makes me realize how nice that store is.
Mm-hmm.
When you live somewhere, you kind of forget about it. But you know what I saw in there? And goodness, I might have to go back before somebody gets it.
When do you get it then?
Oh, because I didn't need it. I need it now if there's a chance of snow. Did you not see it?
Was it snow chains or something?
A snow sled.
There were several of them in there.
A vintage snow
There were several snow sleds in there.
You weren't. Mary Carl was walking around with me at that time, and I told her if I lived in a place where it snowed, I would have that hanging on my wall.
It was because everything was Christmas themed.
So that mean it was 50% off?
I don't know, but there were several snow sleds in there. And
there was so much stuff that said Christmas, 50% off.
Yep.
If that sled was considered Christmas, I'm going back.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to pay the retail price for it. But we could actually use that. Then we'd have 2 sleds. We just don't.
So here's what happened when it snows here. We'll get about 1/4 of an inch, and come 11 o'clock,
it's all gone.
It looks like,
a mud hole.
A mud hole.
Yeah.
You try to build a snowman, and it looks like a mud man.
Yeah. I was just thinking we don't really have any hills here, but we do. We have a big hill, but it goes right down into the water.
Ooh.
But if the water turns to solid ice,
Oh
my goodness, that would be so much fun.
That would be fun.
I would have to put my boot in it to make sure I wasn't going to go through.
Go all the way through.
Yeah.
I wonder if that places that get snow.
Yeah.
Do this shelves? Do everybody go buy milk and bread?
They don't. They buy toilet paper instead. No, they don't.
Surely not.
No, they don't.
Surely not.
Not places that they get snow. No.
Moody could pull us around on a sled.
Sure could.
he sure could.
Hey,
Pocket could pull us around.
I was fixing to say the way Matilda's feeling, she could pull us around on the sled.
That's true. Matilda has been feeling pretty good.
She has. She could get to going, and we might not be able to tell her to whoa.
They're saying yes. Look at that.
They do.
They do buy milk and bread and clear the shelves out.
Oh my gosh, y'all made a fool out of me, didn't you?
Yep. Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
How about that?
Y'all got me wondering if I got enough milk and bread now.
People in Philadelphia go right to the store and buy all the milk and bread, somebody said.
Huh.
Ain't that something?
Let me tell y'all this and see if you can't tell me the answer to this. And I could Google it and find out, but I haven't.
What
Just
is
hadn't
it?
thought about it. So I buy organic cow's milk from Walmart. It is probably $1 more a gallon. And the shelf life on the organic cow's milk, vitamin D, regular milk, is 2 months.
Yeah.
I could go buy a gallon right now, and
Regular
the
milk.
expiration date would be March the 1st of organic milk.
I wonder if it's just fresher.
I can't figure it out. I tell y'all, I could Google it, but I don't understand it. It is not worth it for me to buy a gallon of just milk that's not organic because the expiration date's a week. What?
I'm laughing at some comments, not about your milk.
It's the truth, though, isn't
Yep.
it?
It is the truth.
So I buy 2 gallons at a time because I know it's not going to go bad.
Yeah.
And there's Jason's cast iron going off.
I got 2 more seasonings. I seasoned 4 times.
That was the beeping.
That was the beeping.
But I cannot figure out how
the organic milk
the
lasts
organic
longer
milk.
than
What?
I don't know.
I mean, it's pasteurized, right?
Mm-hmm. I know the lactose free says that because it's
this is not lactose free.
This is not lactose free.
This is 100% vitamin D.
Yeah.
I will go get it out of my refrigerator right now and show y'all.
I don't know why it's
what
like
the
that.
difference is. It amazes me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But it's worth that extra $1 to me because of the expiration date. I mean, sometimes we'll go through milk real fast, but sometimes it takes a little while. So on those times that it takes a little while, I Google it. Yeah, that's what I said. I could Google it, but I'm asking here because I'm thinking about it.
What I was getting tickled about was that people are saying, why is it always milk and bread? Do people eat milk sandwiches? And then somebody said they must love French toast.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh,
that is the truth.
1 hour, 450 degrees for 1 hour when I season. And I'm just going by what Cast Iron Chris does. That's the way he does it.
That's the way he does it.
Mm-hmm. That's the way he does it. But yeah. French toast.
They gotta have eggs too. They better not forget their eggs if they're making the French toast.
So in the last video, we made some sauerkraut. Or started some sauerkraut. It's not ready yet. Organic is pasteurized at a higher temp. That's why it lasts longer.
Why?
I don't know. That's what somebody said.
Why would it be pasteurized at a higher temp?
I don't know. It's just, maybe that's what it is.
Huh.
Organic milk just lasts longer.
Well, it's worth it in my opinion, especially if you don't go through a whole lot of milk.
Yeah.
I told my mama she hardly
organic
ever.
milk is sterilized at a higher temp, so it lasts longer. There you go. There you go.
I just wonder why.
Ultra high temperature pasteurization.
So does that mean that the goodness of it is destroyed?
The goodness of it's going to be destroyed.
I know, but if it's a higher temp, you would think more vitamins would be diminished.
It's not the vitamins. It's the
it's the bacteria. Yes. But I would also think that a higher temperature
it's
may
already
destroy
dead. Once it's pasteurized, it's gone.
Vitamins.
It's not going to do with vitamins.
I would think a high temperature would destroy the vitamins.
That means cooking anything you ate when you cooked, and it would have no vitamins in it.
If I cooked it at a real high temperature, it probably wouldn't. I don't cook it anything much over 350.
I'm just saying, once it's pasteurized, it's not gonna make any difference.
Okay, so sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut. So we started our sauerkraut, and first time we've ever done it, and y'all, we got some emails and said, gonna give y'all a tip because they saw me put it in our cabinet. They said that you may want to take it out and put it in a pan because what they have had happen to them is that it leaks out because it's got that top on it. It's got the fermenting top, which is like a bottle nipple.
And it's meant to expand.
It's meant to let the gases out.
So it doesn't blow up.
Correct. So they said that if you take those out and put them in a pan, that will prevent any leakage on your cabinets, because they had some instances where it ate the paint because it's, salty water and sitting on there for so long. It ate the paint off their cabinets, or messed their cabinet paint up, or discolored the paint of their cabinets.
And multiple comments
and
and
emails.
emails. And we thank y'all, because I told Jason, I said, people are saying
Yes.
that we need to put this stuff in a pan. And he was like, why? I said, because they said that it could ruin our cabinet. And sure enough, y'all, when I told him that, he went and looked in the cabinet. It had already started coming over the top.
Already started leaking.
And coming down the jar. And I had put the liner in the cabinet, thankfully.
Liner was in the cabinet, but it hadn't been sitting on there long enough, because underneath the liner was soaking wet. So I pulled it all out. I cleaned it all up. No damage to the cabinets. And you got me a
9 by 13 pan.
Pyrex dish, and let it dry out real good, and put it back in there, and boom. And there's a little bit in there. I checked it today. Man, them tops are swollen.
Do y'all remember when we had the cabinets made? Can you imagine if I had to call him to come and repair that cabinet?
How long it took?
I'd do better building another house.
Mm-hmm.
Before I got a cabinet.
That's
One
right.
cabinet repaired. So no cabinet repairs needed. Thanks to y'all. You saved the day.
Guys. So that did work. Absolutely work. We did watch the Veggie Boys.
Yes.
We watched them. Yep.
This is what I want to do after watching the Veggie Boys. Okay. I've watched it twice, because the first time I watched it, I wasn't planning on freeze drying cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
I had to watch it to figure out how to get the core out.
Mm-hmm.
So I could freeze dry it. And then I watched it for a second time to know how to make the sauerkraut. But this is what I want to do. Okay. So if our sauerkraut turns out, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to turn out. I'm going to make it in a 5-gallon bucket next time.
Okay.
We're going to make 5 gallons of it, and we're going to give it to everybody we know.
All of our friends.
All of our friends are getting sauerkraut. We're going to have a Polish hot dog sauerkraut party.
A sauerkraut party.
That's
Reubens. Right. I don't know how to make a Reuben. I guess
Reuben ain't my thing.
You don't like them.
My mama loves them.
I don't like Reubens.
Well, y'all can have the Reuben. I'm going to have the Polish sausage.
I think it'd be great on a barbecue sandwich.
I think it'll be great. It's
going to have that sour, to it.
Sour.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Sour it's just kind of funny that you called it sour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, though. I can't wait to see how it turns out, because I think it is something that we will go through quickly.
Yep.
And y'all, fermented foods are good for you. They are really good for your body. And the cookbook that we were sent by one of you guys has so many good things in it.
It does. It really does.
I think this may just put us on a fermenting kick.
Yep, probably so. I want to do carrots. We got our carrots growing back there. And I definitely want to do some of those, because I've had fermented carrots and they were really good.
But you don't call it fermented carrots. What do you call it? Pickled carrots.
It's not pickled.
Where have you had fermented carrots?
I've eaten them somewhere before. Yep.
But you can do just about anything, I would imagine. I mean, we could even do summer vegetables, couldn't we? Squash and such as that.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do. I think you can do just about anything. Now, what it tastes like now, I don't know. But you can do just about anything. And I've seen a lot of people say that we ought to get a crock. My granddaddy had a crock. Now, granddaddy made pickles.
Oh,
sweet
that's
pickles.
Right.
And he had a big crock, and he made sweet pickles in them.
I wonder where that thing went.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I might have to reach out to Susie and see if she's got it.
I have no idea.
That would be interesting to use, even if we don't own it, just to use it.
Yep.
Because I know you'd like to make a big batch of pickles.
I would. I really, really would.
But it was fun. It was fun to do. It's even more exciting to see the bubbles coming out of the top, to know that the process is working.
Got fermented sauerkraut today, moonshine tomorrow.
No. How about sourdough starter? Will that work?
There you go.
You know, Tracy over at Just Dig It was doing a class, a sourdough starter kind of class thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she's been cooking her starter, and her bubbles were coming up. It's just a neat process to know that it's cooking.
Yeah.
What it's doing, it's
Yeah.
cooking, it's
doing
fermenting.
something.
It's fermenting. Catherine was telling me that her something in her starter died, and she had to add flour to it for it to come back to life.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Once you get used to it, you figure it out. But
I'm gonna start with
it takes-
sauerkraut.
yeah, she told me that she made some and it looked beautiful, and she was cutting it, and Tony was excited, and she's cutting it, and Tony's watching her cut through that sourdough bread, and he looked there and said, "If you're having that hard time cutting it with that knife, I don't know how in the world I'm gonna be able to eat it."
Oh goodness.
Oh, so I think it takes you a little bit to get used to it.
Well, maybe so.
I tell you though, those pancakes Tracy cooked.
Woo, they look beautiful, didn't they?
Oh my goodness! If
They
y'all
were-
haven't been to Tracy's Facebook or Instagram page, just dig it for them. It's worth going to look at them pancakes.
Yeah.
Made. Matter of
Somebody
fact,
said
I'm
it's
gonna look 'em up.
alive. It is alive.
It is alive.
It is alive.
I gotta look at them pancakes. Them pancakes look gorgeous.
It's just amazing to me, the whole process. But my brain hadn't graduated to be able to do that yet. I don't know what it takes to get to that point, but it just isn't something that I feel comfortable doing.
I didn't see her sourdough
Cinnamon rolls. Ooh, Tracy.
But I gotta find these.
The pancakes were a while back.
Were they that far? Man,
Yeah, it looks like Christmas.
Yeah, they are. Look at that.
That is a beautiful pancake.
Mm.
What was the date?
You don't tell you on Instagram.
I don't even have an Instagram.
It don't tell you on there. December 14th.
I said before Christmas, so I was doing pretty good. I would like to do that.
Those look delicious.
They sure do. And I bet they taste delicious too.
I bet they do. You know what don't look delicious or didn't look delicious?
I hope not my dinner.
My beloved Crimson Tide today. Oh my gracious, them boys was not ready to play football at all. I think they got down there at Tampa and was like, we at the beach.
We fix and play. Not play football, play on the sand.
I don't know what in the world them boys was thinking, but they were not ready to play no football today, that's for sure.
Jason told me yesterday that Alabama played football at 11 today, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. It was odd. The early games are terrible like that, and well,
it's over now.
They didn't look good. It's over now. It really is over, and I'm a big backer of our new coach, and I know a lot of people get upset. I mean, this is his first year. These are not his players. This is not the style of football he plays, and so I'll be happy when he gets his type of players in the system and can play his style of football. And just not his type.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Got football on right now. 3 games going on right now.
3 games right now, y'all.
Yeah.
3
2
games.
SEC teams.
Who?
South Carolina and LSU are playing.
Georgia must not be playing.
They don't play but later. They play later on in the week. You got a big game though for the people up in Pennsylvania because Penn State plays first one the game in the playoffs.
Today,
6:30.
That's the first game of the playoffs?
The second round. First round's already happened. It's the second round of the playoffs.
Who do they play?
They play oh gosh.
You wish I wouldn't have asked that, don't you?
Oh gosh, is it SMU? Who do they play?
You gotta ask Roy.
I can look right here. Oh, I got to tell Roy. Good luck tonight. Don't let me forget to tell Roy. Good luck. Boise State. Sorry.
Oh, Scott
Boise
said we
State.
are Penn State.
Penn State.
We are.
Boise State. Who they got? I gotta tell Roy. Roy, our beekeeper. He went to Penn State, so I gotta tell him.
Yep.
Gotta go Penn State.
He ain't playing in the game tonight, though.
Nope. Roy's not playing.
He's gonna sit it out.
He's gonna sit it out.
speaking of not playing,
Yep.
somebody that can't play or can't work.
Can't play football for sure.
Well, he didn't play football before. I'm not talking about Roy.
I know who you talking about. I know who you talking about.
And this is how that I knew Alabama was playing football. So yesterday, Jason tells me Alabama plays at 11 tomorrow. I said, well, Caden's coming. And he said, what time? I said, after lunch. He said, okay. So
It was a blessing, though.
I think that Jason knew what was going to happen with the Crimson Tide. Even though they were a big point favorite.
It was a blessing that Kaden came by today.
Well, I wasn't going to go get you or anything, but you were very quick to come outside and visit with us.
Yep.
As well as Catherine and Caden's mama. He is doing very well as could be.
He is. Good spirits.
Good spirits.
Yep.
I asked him if he was in pain, and he said, no, ma'am. So that's a good thing. He is not in any pain. He is in a cast now. He does have stitches.
And crutches.
And screws and plates and all that stuff.
And he can't stand up a long time with his foot. He has to sit down. That's not on account of Kaden. That's on account of the doctors.
And Mama. Mama wants him to do the right thing, and I don't blame her.
I want to say, too, that they were extremely grateful and were blown away by the cards he got.
Yes, of course, we didn't open his cards. I went to the post office this morning because I knew he was coming after lunch. And I'm telling y'all have showed out sending Kaden cards.
Oh, my
His mouth was wide open. He could not
man.
believe that y'all were so sweet to send him. And, you know, I don't know. So I think there was a couple of gift cards in there, it looked like. He could not believe it.
He was blown away.
The stack of cards for him was like this.
Yeah.
And he didn't open them all in front of us. So, thank y'all very much for lifting that child's spirits.
Yes.
And we got to hear the in-depth details about how hard of a worker that boy is. His mama said, he's my child. I do not want to sound like I am bragging, but we have to make him stop working at our house. She said that last summer he would get up and he would go outside and he'd start working. He'd weed eat. He'd cut with a saw. He'd make trails, for them through the woods. And she said at 7:30, she would tell him, Caden, it's time to come eat.
7:30 at night.
7:30 at night now, after he'd been working all day. He would fix himself a cooler of water and a snack and not go in all day long. And she said they had to make him
stop working.
And
make him stop working.
So it's not just for us that he works that hard.
Yep.
It's for his own family and everybody else. I just don't know. I said, Caden, are your friends like that? No, ma'am. I didn't think they were. I really didn't.
Oh, me.
He's a good kid. I told his mama, I said, you just don't know what a blessing he has been for us, because even though he's hurt, he's, we're not going to replace him for anybody else to come and work, because I've never seen a child so eager to, I don't know what the word is. He's just special.
Yeah, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He is. And yeah, we can't wait till he's back, but it's going to be a minute.
And I did tell him he is not to come back to work here before the doctor tells him. So, and even when he gets released, he's not going to do.
Right. So it's going to be 8 weeks before the surgery. Am I
correct?
No,
sir. 8 weeks he gets his cast off. 10 weeks he has the surgery.
Okay.
And then it starts back over.
Then he's got to do physical therapy and all that kind of good stuff. So
y'all, it was bad.
It's going to be a little while for Caden.
It was Caden bad.
Can come go pull mulch loose and help me load feed and
I'm
all that good stuff.
I have missed Caden, and so has Catherine. Every time we have to do something that we could get Caden to do and pay him to do and take the load off of us, we have said, boy, that kid, we missed him.
How much you appreciate him, that's for sure.
Yes.
Sure is.
Very much so.
Sure is.
He's just a special kid.
Yep.
A special kid. I don't know what I was fixing to say, but it was something. He's been helping his mama. She has a homestead herself, and he's been helping her by packaging, and of course he doesn't want to sit still, but he doesn't have much choice.
Yep. She does a lot of tinctures and salves and that kind of thing, and he's been helping her out.
And we will talk about more about that when she gets
ready.
When she gets ready.
Yeah.
So that will come. Just yeah.
I was waiting on you to say
I don't
something.
know. I was thinking, and then it wouldn't come. It wouldn't come out.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh my gracious.
I'm still thinking. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Oh me.
Yeah, but he is on crutches, and that whole foot injury was just a weird happening. He was done for the day.
Yep.
He was not going to ride anymore, and his buddy said one more lap.
One more lap,
and that's when it happened. That's when it
seems to happen, in it.
Yeah.
Just one more time. We'll do one more. But yep. That's when it gets you. That one more.
His parents are very proud of him, and they very much should be.
Yes. Absolutely. We're proud of him too. He's not even our kid.
I know. Yeah. I mean, we hadn't known him very long, but it's just amazing to me. Work ethic.
So, tell them what's for supper.
Well, let me say something first, so we are not people that dwell on comments. We don't go and address every negative comment.
Oh, goodness.
Of course, there are people that say negative things on our channel, just like there are on other people's channel. Everybody gets it. If you're in social media, you're putting yourself out there, and there's somebody that don't like you for whatever reason. But there was something that was said to me, and I don't care who it was. I want to make a point about it. And this particular person said, you would think that you wouldn't get cold with all that weight you've gained. And I got kind of a chuckle out of it. And I thought for a second, and I said, as ugly as that sounds, what she said to me, she was trying to make me upset. I said to myself, I've been in and I'm not talking about me just personally, but I've been in a bad place with my health over the past, year plus.
Yeah.
And over the past few months, I had kind of a health scare where I lost quite a bit of weight rapidly.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I lost 16 pounds in a month. And so, my body something wasn't right, and it kind of scared me. And I reached out to my doctor because I know that anytime you lose weight rapidly, something's not right. That your body is telling you something is not right. Well, lo and behold, everything checked out. Same old mess it's been, autoimmune. And if I didn't get any more symptoms, we were putting it on the back burner. But here's my point, and not necessarily just to that person, but to everybody. We all have illnesses and sicknesses and things that happen, things that come, things that go, things that make us gain weight, things that make us lose weight. And none of us can control it when it's out of our circumstances that we can't help.
Correct.
For all of us, let's be nice. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm saying,
well, you don't know what somebody's battling.
You talking about me?
No, anybody. You don't know. You don't know what anybody's battling.
You don't know what anybody's battling.
That's right.
And it's just best to keep your mouth shut. She was trying to hurt my feelings, but little did she know that I had lost weight and that I was having health issues where I thought something, she was saying I was fat,
Mhm.
that I gained weight.
Mhm.
People get a round face when they get put on prednisone. I haven't been put on a steroid prednisone, but
Mhm.
if I do have to, my face is going to get round. And I would appreciate just quiet. Just don't address it. If you
Mhm.
think somebody looks different or if somebody's different than what they used to be, just be quiet.
You don't know what they're going
You
through.
don't know what they're going
That's
through.
right.
And
Never know.
and like I said, not talking about me, talking about everybody out there that's a creator that puts their
Mhm.
face in public. It's hard. We don't have to address all comments. We try not to, but that is something that needs to be said because even if it's our family
Mhm.
and we haven't seen them for a year, when you go to Christmas, if somebody's lost weight, don't tell them.
Just tell them they look beautiful.
Don't tell them anything. Just give them a hug and tell them I love you.
That's right.
And that's all. But what's for supper is Greek chicken.
Greek chicken.
I'm off my rampage.
And I can smell it right now.
So Greek chicken, we have not had Greek chicken in a minute.
It used to be a favorite.
It
and
did.
and then Mary Carl had a little roller coaster where she, I told y'all before, Mary Carl would try anything and loved all types of food. And then somewhere around, I don't know, 11, 12, that went away. Now it's come back.
It's come back, and I'm taking full advantage of it because I pulled this recipe back out of my Rolodex up
One
here.
of our favorites. We'll have to post it.
I did not.
Definitely have to post Greek. It's not on the website, is it?
I didn't even have to look at the recipe. I remembered it.
Yep.
So it's lots of bell peppers, lots of onions, black olives, chicken with Greek seasoning, chicken broth, and rice.
It's so good.
And it's even better left over.
Yes, it's so good. We'll have to get that on there.
We will. Maybe I'll cook it in a video because it's super easy. Super easy.
You could do that and we could post a recipe.
Yep.
That'll work.
On that.
One of our favorites. So Greek chicken.
And woo, get some good old bread and sop that juice up. You talking about good.
I guess cornbread wouldn't be good with Greek chicken.
Well, I'm thinking about taking a trip over to G&G and seeing if she can't have me a loaf ready in a minute. She's talking about how good her sourdough bread is. I bet it would sop.
You know what I'm thinking?
Right. What?
I'm thinking pizza party over there. Tony's got that pizza oven with the sourdough pizza crust.
Yeah, because she probably hadn't tried that yet.
I wonder if she's still on here.
No.
She gone.
She probably watching those emu eggs dance.
Greek chicken, though, it's really good.
It is. What do y'all have for supper?
I saw some, steak and baked potato. That's probably my favorite. Steak and potatoes. I thought
about not making the Greek chicken. Pizza. Because tomorrow's New Year's Day and you got to have those black-eyed peas and turnip greens.
That's true.
And when you make Greek chicken, there's Catherine. She's still there. I can't see
Vanessa. I think she went by so fast. Potatoes are it's my vice. I'll eat potatoes any kind of way you want to cook them.
Potatoes.
Any kind of way. Case having brisket.
Oh.
Pork tenderloins.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. You need some sauerkraut.
Didn't you post the simple recipe?
I did. I put the sauerkraut recipe on our website.
Y'all, it's so easy.
If anybody's
What's Misty Dawn having?
Meatloaf and potatoes.
Go, Amy.
Potatoes. I love potatoes.
Love potatoes.
I do. I like them.
Anyway, I was saying that I started to not make the Greek chicken because it has so many leftovers. It's good the next day.
Yeah.
But we got to have our black-eyed peas and turnip greens.
We have it for lunch.
Oh, whew.
We got the Greek chicken for lunch and black-eyed peas and turnip greens for dinner. Now
you're talking.
How about that?
Because we got to do it.
Tater soup. Yes.
Lots of potatoes. Goodness.
Chili and a salad. I say, what we're going to do, especially probably with this cold front coming in, we're going to make some chili in our cast iron pot.
That's it. Now you're talking.
And then we're going to make some cornbread in this cast iron pot.
I love how he says we. We.
I could put it on the grill. I could put the chili on the grill.
We are gonna eat it. We are not gonna make it.
I'll have the cast iron ready and I'll clean it up when you're
You
done.
got it ready. It's good to go.
Yep.
Michael
Michael's
P.
having 2 Boston butts.
Oh, Michael.
Michael, how's the new grill working?
I was
buddy?
gonna say, is he cooking them in the indoor oven?
No. Michael's using on that new grill.
Michael Key.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right.
Cinnamon pancakes, bacon and eggs. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I don't know if I
stew,
can wait on the rice to get ready, Jason.
fried bologna. I love some fried
I
bologna.
do too.
Love some fried bologna.
Don't know if I can wait on the rice to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
I've had my Greek chicken simmering. I don't know why it's called Greek chicken because it's
Greek. It's Greek
no,
seasoning.
it's almost like soup.
Yeah, but it's still the chicken's in the Greek flavors. It's Greek chicken.
Okay.
Shepherd's pie. Smoked chili. Smoked chili does sound good. It really does.
All of it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And one more question.
What's that?
I need to know how many of y'all will stay awake till midnight where you are. Not midnight in Australia, not midnight on the East Coast if you're.
It's probably getting close to Australia, isn't it?
It's probably over.
We used to have some folks on here from Australia. They probably don't watch the ball drop.
They are partying. Are y'all going to stay awake?
Oh, no, I will. There's more. I did. That's somebody that's already seen it already.
Yep.
Even for 10. I know I won't make it. It'd be
No way.
impossible.
No way.
Absolutely
That
impossible.
person said maybe.
I'll fall asleep on this couch and wake up. The only way I'll catch it is if I wake up and it's about to happen.
Yeah. And then you can
I'm like Michael. I'm like Michael. I gotta go to the bathroom. Waking up, go to the bathroom, and I catch it.
Then
I'll watch it. I'll watch it drop.
Probably, honestly, I'll forget about it before. I'll forget it's even New Year's Eve before I fall asleep at 9 o'clock. Be asleep at that.
Probably so. 9:30.
There's lots of eye wheels. My goodness, did y'all catch a nap or what?
Oh man!
How do
the ball will watch me.
You got that right.
Oh goodness, that was
fun. I do
fun.
not see how these people stay awake.
I don't either. Big bonfire tonight.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we may or may not have a live Saturday morning. We will update a little bit later.
Right.
I am going on a little trip with Mary Carl, and we'll tell you more about that when I return, probably. But Jason's going to hold it down. I got to get him something to eat while I'm on my little trip.
I cooked something on the grill.
No.
Maybe some hamburgers. Me and Holly.
You still got to thaw out the meat.
That's okay. I just put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah, but you won't remember. But we'll let y'all know.
I'll just invite Ryan and Michael over here.
You just do that. Let Michael cook.
That's what I'll do. Let Michael cook.
Okay. All right. So we'll update before Saturday. I may be back. But I may not.
Prime rib.
Did we ever share how your prime rib was?
I don't know.
It's good.
My prime rib was good though.
It was good.
It was really good.
Okay, I bet Jamie's waiting.
She's at 7. Yep. Michael says ready when you are. Hey, Mike, that might be a good time for us to go hit that taco truck. I'm just saying. Oh,
y'all might better stay right here.
Oh, anyways, y'all have a wonderful evening. Hope you have a nice supper this evening.
That's right.
And
video tomorrow.
Everything,
scheduled as planned. And hope everybody has a happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Don't stay up too late. It'll ruin your day tomorrow.
That's true.
You'll be wishing you hadn't.
Mm-hmm. And don't party too hard either.
Don't party too hard.
That's right. You wish you hadn't.
You wish you hadn't. Hear that, Michael? We too old for that, buddy.
Oh goodness.
All
All
right.
right. We'll catch y'all next year. Y'all be good.